Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and this is the Metro East. I have with me today East St. Louis Councilman Courtney Hoffman. I'm going to let him give you his own bio.
Thank you, Duncan. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence. We come a long ways, and I can remember about 10, 11 years ago when I actually first started running. I used to always come on the show. I couldn't speak, couldn't do nothing. We came a long ways,
Yeah.
but yeah, I am East St. Louis City Councilman. I'm the second year as a councilman. I'm enjoying it. One thing I love most is the ability to help people, and I'm looking for many, many more years as a city councilman and city official. But it's been an amazing ride so far, and I'm just excited for the future of East St. Louis and to be able to serve the citizens of East St. Louis.
Well, that's great. I know you ran before I voted for you then.
I
The first
appreciate
time
that.
and the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been a lot going on in the city. They got a lot of new buildings, a lot of people. What they wanted to know, but he was asking about the pool and all of that. But the swimming pool, they thought it was gonna be ready for the summer,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
He said it was a bit of a delay.
Yes.
And so, could you kind of explain that?
Well, um, first I want to say that as a common courtesy, I provided the information that I provided because there's different entities of government,
Mm-hmm.
and the park district is its own entity and is governed by its own body.
Mm-hmm.
And the information that I shared, there was information that when I dug into the situation and being close to the situation in some form, I wanted to know exactly what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And from that standpoint, I pretty much gave as much as much information that I knew at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Being from where the money started and where it's at and what more is needed. And at this point, I am like so confident that the swimming pool is going to be built. I'm so confident that the state is going to give the park district the money that they are holding back, which is $5 million. So, but it's a delay. It's like you said, it's only a delay. It's not a matter. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, because I know that that's really the park district
Yes.
who handles that.
Yes.
And I know on social media people was asking you, but they should have been asking the park district.
Yeah.
And see, many times, I mean, in most projects there may be delays, but during this time people are short.
Yeah.
Because in most projects I know there's usually delays.
It's usually
Yeah.
it's definitely. I'm
And
sorry.
sometimes they have to push the date back. I can't say most projects, but it happens. It happens.
Right. Right.
But many people don't seem to understand that.
That's true, and it's understandable when it comes to that part of it. When you're on the outside, you're looking in and not knowing all of the parts to that's moving, all the moving parts. But it, the swimming pool has been a issue for over a decade.
Yeah.
So it's been down since maybe 2010, 2012, somewhere around that time. So and it's always been a funding issue. And the only reason we are seeing the progress that we're seeing is because myself, along with the rest of the council and the mayor, came together because the chairman of the organization and the park district executive came to us and said, we've been trying to get this pool together. There's a shortfall, which the state was going to get 5 million, but it takes 7, but it took 9, but 7 is going to get it over the edge or get it completed. So at that point, we all came together and say, we'll, out of the ARPA funds that we have, we'll give you $2.5 million to do the swimming pool. And that's all the money that they had. That's all the money. And the state didn't kick in none yet to this point. So the money, the swimming pool and everything that you see now You see it because the council body gave that money to the park district and the intergovernmental cooperation for the citizens and for our children. That's the reason why you see what you see there. So just imagine this. Okay, if the project is this much and the contractor completed this much, but he only received that amount of money. So he still is owed about this much money. And
really, the project is further along than it should be.
It's way further along than it should based upon the money they received. So they received 2.5 and they completed 5 million, for an example, worth of work. So they still owe 2.5 million. So at this point in time, this not including the more money it would be once they get started and finish off. So when they start to finish it, it'll be more money. But at this point, $5 million is owed to them. We gave them 2.5, and that 2.5 was only like half of the total. And then because they said that we're going to pack up, we're going to go back in January sometime. So the chairman and the park district came back, said, the building is open. The building is open. People can go in, do whatever they want. We don't want that. The contractors is threatening to leave. So we need a bridge loan. We need something to get us by until 90 days. But 90 days is when the audits were supposed to be complete, but they haven't been completed yet. They're still in the process of doing that.
And the state still haven't kicked in.
And the state still haven't kicked in.
So how can there be an audit when they haven't sent their money in?
Yeah, and that so it's very close. The audit, everything is there for the audit to be completed, and it's just I wouldn't be surprised if the audit is not complete right now. But I'm gonna get to that point. But when it was $5 million, you gave them 2.5 million, and then they were threatening to leave. So the park come back to us and say, can we get a loan then? Because the first money was a grant. The second set of money was a loan, and the loan was $1 million or $1.5 million to get them close. So what it did was, instead of that $2.5 million gap that they had left, they only had like half now because we gave them 100-some thousand for the half. So that still left them with they still owed money. So for the park district, but we just so happened to pay them enough so they can close up the building, make the building secure, so no one can come in, steal pipes, do all of that. So the building's secure, building's gated. Now we're just waiting on the state. The park district is waiting on the state to kick in, and when they kick in, then the park district is going to pay the money back that they borrowed from the city and finish up the project, pay them the rest that's owed. And for the future, I don't know pretty much anything about that point because I've been getting beat up so bad about this. About this.
Yeah, and it's not really the city.
It's not really.
The city really has done more than it should have.
The city done way more than it should have, than it normally would have if it would have done anything at all. Yeah. So the city, at this point, put up half of the project. A project
that really wasn't supposed to be involved.
It's not involved at all. So we put up half.
Now they feel bad when somebody people come at you hard.
Yeah, well,
you've been above and beyond what you should have done.
That's right. It was way beyond. And the point is, but it's okay though. It's okay. But the point of it is,
many times they just don't know.
They don't know. They don't know. And the point of it, but the issue is, like, now, why am I speaking on the park district?
Yeah,
the park district is not in my area.
And really, they should be here talking.
In essence, that's the park district. But the point of it is, I'm a city leader, and by being a city leader, I need to know what's going on in every facet of what's going on in this city.
That's good.
And if I know it and people have concerns with that, I should be the one that's able to tell them. And that comes with transparency. But see, but as a new person to this political arena, in a sense, by being inside, what the people is teaching me, they're teaching me to be quiet. They're teaching me not to say anything. Because if I tell the truth and give them what's going on, I get beat up about it. I give them what I have. So if I'm giving them what I have and I'm getting tore up from the floor up, that's telling me, okay, 15 minutes, let it happen, and 15 minutes go by, and we all over it.
Many times in this time, people don't trust politics because what people have to realize is that in a town like East St. Louis, in most black towns, you're really always climbing out of a hole.
Yeah.
Because when the other people leave, they knew it was in decline when they left. That's why they left.
Right.
And then any other town, any other demographic, I just say like a white. I just say a white town.
Right.
It would be a ghost town by now. They can have handled this.
Well, there's things that we can do, and one thing that I know best is to take care of people. I know how to take care of people. I know how to take care of circles. I know how to feed people. I know those things. And see, what we have now, that what we should be having now, we should have someone that's able to go into your household and see the dynamics of your living situation and provide a solution for you and your family to do better in this community. Because if you're doing better, we'll do better. But see, there is a disconnect between government and contractors, government and businesses, government and really helping people for real. When I got in, it was so hard for me, even right now, this second, to get the citizens funding, to give the citizens money to do senior home repair, 50/50, business development, business assistance. I spent all my whole entire time trying to get that done. And I had to go through the budget line by line by line and go to the powers that be and say, this is the money. It's already on the line item. Why are we not doing it? This has been on the book, so no new legislation needs to be created in order to help people. In order to keep you want businesses to stay here, then help them stay here. Help them get the roof fixed on their property. Help them do inventory. Help them take care of their employees. Help them some kind of way. And then you want the seniors to stay here. You don't want your senior going into the home, a nursing home, because that is the quickest way to the end for them. Because you're taking them away. That's right, not long. And you're taking them away from what they're used to, what they're comfortable with, and putting them in a whole new, different environment. And by you doing it, that's bad. That's bad, because when my mom passed, all she said is that she wanted to be home. And when she got home, that's when she passed. So you, as a city leader, we got to maintain the population, and we have to grow. Whether it's businesses, whether it's seniors, or whether it's the young folks, old folks, we got to keep people
You
here.
mentioned growing. We're losing a lot of population. Is there anything in place to try to increase the population?
Yeah, I mean,
especially young people. We're using all our young people.
There are always plans. And I can tell you one thing that I'm doing myself personally and through my organization and connections, we're building 100 new homes, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage throughout the entire city of East St. Louis. Okay. So to bring that back in, the city has committed to provide $25,000 as a down payment assistance to help them with the purchase of these homes.
Okay.
So we're doing something.
So are they affordable homes?
Oh, absolutely affordable. They're not like,
I know that
but those are not for everybody. And I commend them because
we do want some
housing, exactly. And they're not for everybody.
Yeah.
A Bugatti is not for everybody. A Bentley is not for everybody.
Yeah.
So those are not for everybody. But a Bentley has a buyer.
Yeah.
The Bugatti has a buyer.
In the Bentley shop, you're not going to see a whole lot of people coming in.
No, absolutely not.
Like you would at the shop.
That's right. That's right.
But eventually that Bentley is going to get
and that's right. And just to speak about that, as of maybe March of April, they sold one of those for $370,000.
Getting started is it's the hardest part.
Yeah, always.
When someone about when there's someone else coming,
there's
some of their guests come over and see, because we don't want just all low income people.
Absolutely.
We have to have some high income people.
That's right.
Now we need some businesses around those homes, because those homes are too expensive now. Having a business, maybe they want a coffee shop. I was listening to someone was saying that when they build new homes, the first thing they build, they said coffee shop and cleaner. Because the people want to go get coffee and drop their clothes off at the cleaners. That's what I heard from someone.
But see, I have a different view than my peers. See, I've been in real estate for 30 years. I'm a real estate broker. I'm an insurance broker. I'm a claim adjuster. I'm a mortgage lender. I own my own mortgage company. I am a certified general appraiser, the highest level that you can actually reach. And I've been in real estate before I was grown. I was in real estate at 16 and a half years old. I was the youngest real estate broker in the state of Missouri. And I wasn't even old enough to get a license in Illinois. So I'm one of the oldest in the game of my complexion around here. So that's why many people know me through the real estate. But because of that, you have to look at it this way. You're going to look at the homes bringing people in. You have to look at the businesses bringing people in, because how did East St. Louis get started? It started with the businesses first. Then people migrated up to fulfill those businesses, those jobs, and everything else. So the businesses, to me, comes before housing. So if we have enough businesses here, whether it's entertainment businesses, whether it's manufacturing, whatever, if we have the business like the headquarters, the police headquarters. So you got the police headquarters, and that's coming. But now you got $300,000 homes to accommodate those people in that. So you have the businesses or the entity that's driving the force.
The only thing about this, maybe when a service station they sell coffee. There used to be a service station there on that corner.
Well, I believe it's a saying in real estate: you follow the circle. As you see all those new circles, instead of just the stop signs at the four corners, you follow the circles. And everywhere you see a circle, you eventually going to see major development. So you follow the circle. So eventually, we're going to get there. But the most important feature, the most important thing that we have or will have in this community that speaks to the entire nation is the state police headquarters. So if that,
where is they gonna be located at?
That's right by Jackie Joyner Curtis, right across the street. So we have that, and once that gets built, and then we have our new police and fire station that's coming within the next. We'll be finished by 2027. That's going to be starting very soon. Once we get that, it screams a bit of safety. It screams that you have police driving. The police drive around so much. The state police drive around so much. I drive the back streets. I go straight down the back streets. I usually ride up and down state, but now I go straight to back.
Even though you got everything.
I'm going right around the back. So I mean, but it's the point is things don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it, the administration that's there now, I'm the oldest outside of Councilman Parks. Well, we just got a new councilwoman. So, but before then, I was the oldest. So we have a younger view on things, what should come, what we should see, and what we should focus on. And that's one of the things that we're doing right now. We're focusing on what's important to bring the people back.
I see development. I see Mount Sinai
Mm-hmm.
the development there. But I took a ride with the city manager one day.
Okay.
We did took some
Tours,
pictures
right?
and tour and I saw quite a bit of development
Yeah.
going on.
We have a lot, and we have something very major that's about to happen. But I don't want to step in front of the mayor and let him say what is going
Yeah,
to
maybe we
be.
can get him on one.
Right, baby. Right, but I'm not going to step in front of the mayor because it's still being vetted. It still have to come before council. But it's pretty much a game changer in the community, for the whole entire community, for the whole entire city.
And see what tonight with the show I have now. This is you the first guest on this show. Because I see a lot of people coming in. I got this for more. The other show is more worldwide, national. I got this mainly for the Metro East area. That's what I call the Metro East.
Okay.
The Metro East area, so that we can talk more
locally, right?
Yeah, right. And I have to start my own city first.
Right, absolutely, I agree.
And a lot of people don't realize how well East St. Louis is known. I lived in Los Angeles, in Los Angeles for a long time.
Okay.
And I met people out there from East St. Louis out there. Teachers used to be teach at Lincoln, and people who hadn't even been here knew about East St. Louis, and they didn't have a negative view about it.
Absolutely not.
I look on Max Prep.
Okay.
Sports, looking up about the the high school sports game.
Okay.
But on Max Prep, they give such a positive view about District 189 academics as much as they do the sports.
And then that's absolutely great.
And I was surprised at it. And they're right. The academics here in this school is very good.
Yeah, and with that, it just deters.
With the
housing and everything, it deters. Like when we went as an appraiser, one of the key factors that we look at is the school district when we're determining value, help estimating value, because we look at the value of homes in such a school district and we compare it to another school district and homes in that school district. And there is always a disconnect in the value between East St. Louis and all the other communities. And when buyers look for homes, they don't look necessarily for homes in East St. Louis School District. They look for others, Belleville East, Belleville West, Shiloh, Valley. They look at those places versus East St. Louis. Now, that is something that it's going to be hard to change, and that's one of the things that I wish that we could change, even though we're getting the best ratings, the kids coming out super, super smart and super brilliant. It's just getting over that. And I believe once we get this community developed to a point where we have just as much as Ferry Heights, just as much as Belleville and O'Fallon, then that would change, and people will want to go and bring their kids.
And I remember a time. I know we won't delve into school district, but I want to mention this. Back when the Flyers was winning all those state football championships, one thing they didn't really harp on, they were also winning chess and debate state championships at the same time. But the football was overshadowing.
Right, and I think God, let you finish.
Oh no, I'm finished.
Okay, yeah, I think that like me, outside of the ball or whatever the pieces that they're using when it comes to the activity, I'm not into the sports. I don't know sports. I don't know players. I just know the name of the game and whatever the object is they're using to play the game. But the people in the game, I don't know those people. Yeah. So it's just like that's not something that I can follow because I don't know that. I'm the oldest out of so many kids. So my focus has been always in taking care of home, taking care of mom, doing things for brothers and sisters and make sure they're okay. So I had no time to play games or no time to do sports.
I never played it.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to.
And what really got me really interested, when I saw the recording.
Recording, okay.
And I started with Gloria Jackson recording East Side Games. I didn't even go to them until
Oh,
I started
really?
recording. And that would made me, when you go,
Right.
you get
You get
into
into it. That's
Yeah.
right. I agree. Cause see, when like I went to a few parties and they had the game playing, and being someone that don't know the game, I was for both sides. One make a touchdown over here. Oh yeah, there we go. One make a touchdown. Okay, there we go. I'm for both because I don't know either.
Yeah.
So it's like developing the desire for that and all that. But I think once I get older and don't have too much more to do, then I think I can focus on that. But right now, I have children.
Well, you probably always have too much to do.
Well, I try. I try because my obligations are so great that I can't afford to not do something. I have to do something, and I do as much as God allow me to do. That's I put whatever He allow me to do. I'm for it. I don't know my limit. Then that's
Well, maybe you don't have it.
I don't have it. And see, that's how I look at it. I don't know how far I can go and what I cannot do because all I do is I think about it. If I can think it and somebody else have done it, I know that I can do it as well. And that's how I've always lived.
Yeah, and getting back to the city, and I'm glad you said that because you've been a counselor, you let people know who you are, and that's good. Because a lot of times there's a disconnect between the people and the politicians. They don't, and like I said, many people you're talking about, like you were saying about the pool. They coming to you about the pool. You're a counselor, but instead of going to the party,
Right.
they don't know.
They don't know. But see, that's the issue. When I first became counsel, I've always told what was going on. I said that how many police is out doing whatever, how many tickets, who got fined, who all of that. I did that, try to do it like at least once a month once I got the information. I've always been the one that's been transparent. But the people, sadly, is teaching me to be quiet. And I hate that because no one wants to be ridiculed. No one wants to be talked about all the time. And especially when you're thinking that you're doing the right thing by telling them. And then you're telling them what you actually know. Not that you're not making anything up. You actually give it to them. So it's like at the point now, do I even want to tell anything? And that goes against me altogether.
Is there some things they think that you shouldn't tell, or just don't want you to tell anything? Period.
The less you tell, the better off you are. So if you don't get involved in it, if you don't get involved in it, nobody can ask you.
I think it all depends because some things the citizens need to know.
The citizens need to know everything. The citizens need to know more than we know. The citizens is at the top of the organizational chart. It's the citizens, then it's the mayor, then it's the council body, city manager, employees. So what's going on in this community and what's not going on in this community, like they say, stuff going uphill. And they're at the top.
Yeah, because if they don't know, they get suspicious.
They get suspicious. That's right. And see, there's nothing wrong with questioning. But see, it's like what's it saying? Trust but verify. Trust but verify. But you should know if someone is able to be trusted or not trusted. You should know if their words or their credibility is good or bad. And then that determines whether, okay, let me listen to what he has to say. Let me trust that the information that he's giving is correct. But then let me verify to make sure that the information is correct. And if it's correct, then I shouldn't be beat up. No other leader should be beat up over correct information that he's providing. It may not be all of the information because you may not know all of it. No one knows everything. I don't know at this very point. I don't know no more than what I told my last statement about it. But then again, they taught me or they teaching me not to say anything. So that's teaching me not to even go back to the source and say, "What's up? What's the update?" Just be quiet. And it's simply because the people that I gave the information to from the heart that I thought, that I know for a fact is true and correct information, but I was beat up. But I'm a public official. I'm okay with that. It comes with the territory. But at the same time, you beat me up. Don't be mad when I just don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's good that you're informing the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the problems you never have. They feel like they're being left out of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what's going on. When people don't know all type of
Now, and everything goes right. That's right.
who can steal anything? That money is so
That's why that's so good. See,
I don't know that.
I'm glad you said that because one guy is saying whatever he's saying on his podcast, which is good. He should say whatever he feels. He's a citizen, but he also ran for the Park District.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with the part of running for the Park District, and you constantly talking about the Park District, and you bringing me into the Park District situation, that put me at ease because now I don't think you're doing it because you're a regular citizen. I think you're doing it because it's political, because that's a position that you ran for, and you didn't get it. So even when I started off running, I talked about the organization and talked about them too, and that's how you do it. That's how you get recognized. That's how you get noticed. So I commend him for doing that. But see, don't cut things out to make it look one way. Because when I go back to theft, I said that it is extremely hard, almost impossible, to steal something from East St. Louis. East St. Louis. I don't know about the park. I don't know about the school district or anything else. Yeah, there are 5 to 7 different layers of protection when it comes to the city. And even then, when I said it, logically thinking, being in the position that I'm in, how can you steal something? And you can't steal without it being noticed. But the easiest way to steal something, and I would say steal it, is the easy way if you have a credit card and you just have to use it. Certain people get credit cards. And if you use that credit card and not accountable, don't you think they checking every line by line on the credit card? So they're going to get that. So otherwise, there's no theft being conducted at all.
I've seen more people use the credit card by mistake. And they catch it.
Right. And as long as they get the money back. But that's the whole thing. Because I can say out of my own personal accounts, I have credit cards that I don't even supposed to use because I keep it away from myself. But if I pull out my wallet and that credit card is the only one in there, the one that I'm using every single day, if that credit card in there that I'm not supposed to use of mine, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use it because that's the only thing that I have on me at that point in time. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, I give the money back. I put the money back because it's not what I'm supposed to have. It's an accident. So I didn't use it. I used it intentionally because it was the only thing that I had, but I'm putting it back. Yeah. And that's not theft. But when you don't put it back, your butt needs to go to jail.
And I think the ones that they really get on is that when you got like 20 different
yes.
lines. That was on purpose.
That's it.
I remember once a person in Brooklyn, and she had so much.
I remember that. I remember that.
She's passed on.
Yeah, I remember that very well.
She had too much. And she just, you have me. I had a mind get chicken grease all over it. But I don't want to go too far to mention the name.
No.
But that's the biggest thing you hear from the citizens.
Things that's done in the dark soon come to the light. I don't blame the citizens for saying we're stealing because we're not communicating with them. Mm-hmm. And when they don't know that we are in a deficit. They don't know we short. They may not even know what the deficit is. But if your bills if you have $100 in income and your bills is $150, you have a $50 deficit.
Yeah.
We have $1 billion deficits.
But most governments do operate on it.
Oh, they
A
do.
lot of people don't
They
understand
do.
because see, like they're saying Trump being a businessman,
Mm-hmm.
you can run a government like a business for profit.
Right.
A
That's right.
government takes in tax and money,
Money.
provides
Mm-hmm.
services,
Mm-hmm.
and may not get a return on
Right.
it. You know,
That's it.
that's right. And you mostly always gonna operate
At a
in a
deficit,
deficit.
right? And I think like even I think that um, it's been maybe only two presidents been able to balance the budget of the United States in decades, and Bill Clinton was one of
Yeah,
them. So how long ago was that? To say that you have a zero positive, zero negative is almost impossible in government,
yeah.
and especially this government where we have no businesses, we have hardly any real estate, we have none of that, and we didn't
I
tax it
don't
out.
mean to cut you off. But other people don't understand that in these black communities, we're just chugging along.
That's right.
Let me say this real quick. I see a lot of you tuning in. Could you like and share this program so that more people can see it? But look, yeah, we're just barely chugging
Mm-hmm.
along. Many communities would have folded by now.
But isn't our nature to survive? Like
Yeah.
we gonna survive even like no matter how much money I have. I love me some chicken flavored ramen noodles. So I'm gonna I got me some packs, give me some salt and pepper. I'm going to town. I don't have to have none of that. I ain't got if I ain't calling DoorDash, I go straight to those noodles. But it's the mere fact that we're gonna survive no matter what the situation that we in. All we just have to do is stay and last. We have to last. You can't give up on absolutely nothing. Times is going to get extremely hard because if it doesn't get hard, you don't learn how to survive. You don't learn the lessons that you need from all of the troubles and tribulations that we have. So we have to stay the course, no matter what it is, because even in the Bible, they said that your debt was forgiven after 7 years. So last 7 years, last 7 years, all your debt's gonna be forgiven. So it's the point of we have to last. Don't let the short-term situation control your thoughts for the long-term
Yeah.
harm. So whatever's happening now, just let it happen. Let
You're
it
like,
be.
you're like many people on the national level, they're upset because black people are sort of just chilling, you know?
I made the most money during COVID, and I didn't do absolutely nothing. I stopped
Yeah.
working. I worked from the age of 13 to COVID, non-stop, non-stop. I mean, not a break, not a nothing. I worked from 13 years old all the way to COVID, and I stopped working. And when I stopped working, I made more money in those COVID years than I've made in my entire life.
I know when you do that.
I did. I made more money than that time than ever.
Stop working.
But see, the thing of it is, we learn to survive.
Yeah.
We make the decisions to fit. And see, some of us now, it's so hard to get somebody to work because we still living in COVID. You
Yeah.
can't find hardly any workers, anybody who want to
Then a
work.
lot of people started online business.
Online, we survived.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And
We
we'll
took,
continue to
and
do
we're gonna
so.
continue.
Because
Like I think, I mean, I hate to say this, I hate to say this, but don't take my words all meaning because sometimes my thoughts and my voice and my mind and my speech don't add up. But I believe at the end of this world, they're going to be roaches and they're going to be black people. We're going to find a way and we're going to make it happen no matter what it is. We is going to do what we have to do. My mom told me that a long time ago, and I've seen it in action. We do what we have to do. And that's what I live by. And see, one of my mottos is, I don't know if they call it a motto, but one of the things that I live by, I will do any and everything that I have to do. If I have to do it, I have to do it. And that keeps me surviving. So I tell my kids, you have to do the things you have to do. If there's no choice, you have to do it.
I understand that because it's been many times with children, with adults, many of them feel things like the children.
Mhm.
They want to do the things that they like to do. And if you want to do what you like to do, that usually is usually not possible. That's just the
That's
plan.
also fun. And see,
Go ahead.
like speaking of that, see, me speaking to you now, that comes from me doing what I have to do. Simply because you know me. You knew me coming. You knew me coming up. You knew how hard it was for me to get on your past shows to talk and communicate and say things. It haven't. It has gotten better over the years because I have to. I force myself to because normally I'm not a speaker. Normally I don't be in groups of people, but being who I am and where I am, I have to.
Used to talking like in negotiations.
Right. It's just short, but it is now God has something for me, and God has taught me over these years to get me where I'm at right now. Because the Democratic organization beat me up so bad for 10 years, made promises and everything else for all this time. But when I stopped, well, God gave me a vision it's been about 15 years now, 2010, 15 years ago. I focused on that vision from then to this very second. But what's different between now and then is because I have not felt the pain of being and doing what I needed to do. I didn't feel the pain coming up in the 10 years to get to the point where I said I give up. And when I gave up, it's because I was moving in my own direction, in my own path, in my own thoughts of this how it should be done. But when I should have just stayed still. And when I stayed still, whatever I wanted and whatever I tried to get, it came right in front of me, set right in front of me, and asked me after so many times of me asking them, they asked me. So I learned after being beat up the last time, just be still. And when I was still, it came to me. So I'm saying for all the people, be still. You know what? God knows what you want. You know what you want. You ask for it. People see the things that you want. They know what you want. So be still and let it come to you. And that's what I had to do. I had to be still in order to see it. So my future steps, I'm being still. I'm not pushing for nothing. I'm not praying for nothing. I'm not saying I move in the way that I should live. I move, I take care of people. I have more people on the payroll that's not payroll. So I was married to somebody the other day. They said, man, I've been following you, I've been watching you, and I know that you take care of about 25 people. And it's amazing that people pay attention to you. They pay attention, and just this recent event dealing with the swimming pool, it taught me that people listen to every single sound that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Every sound that come out of your mouth, and every sound can be used against you.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. Even though your intentions is the utmost honorable, the truth, it can be used against you.
Yeah.
And that's why politicians that I'm learning don't want to talk. Don't want to talk.
Be used against.
Why it's gonna be used against them?
But like you said, you let it be known because, as we said, when people don't know, they start assuming, and people never assume. Assumptions are usually bad.
That's bad. And see,
some things about it, like you were saying about not talking. See, I'm more comfortable with this setting than I'm on my other show because what happens is, I have to do a show by myself. I'm not used to talking. Like I'm used to having someone guest on, let the
Right,
guest talk,
right,
ask them questions.
right.
Next thing I know, I look at them talking for 2 hours.
Yeah, and
I used to couldn't do that.
that's right. And see, even me, I do things to force myself to make me better.
Yeah.
So, I got a podcast. I talk, and the hardest thing to do is sit and talk by yourself.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. You got to think of something to say and all of that, and especially when you're quiet.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
And you can have a subject. I gotta have a subject. I start up on that subject. Let's say I know I'm
all over the place. And that's good. I mean, because it teaches you. That goes back. You're doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
Because other than that, your 30 minutes will end up being 9 or 2, 3 minutes or whatever.
I expect mine to go about 30 minutes. Next thing I know, I've been talking 2
hours. That's it.
I'm talking about Trump and everywhere else all around the world.
Right.
I usually tie it back in together.
That's it.
I bring it back to the same
right.
subject.
Right.
About on the narrative that I had.
Right.
Because I talk about others who are against us. That we need to straighten ourselves up.
Yeah, of course.
You can't just talk about other people and leave yourselves
out. That's right.
And, like I said, we like when he's saying, look, we have some problems, but we have to work just like everyone else. Everybody got problems. But the only thing about it, I think we work through our problems.
Well, we definitely work through it. And we'll definitely work through it.
A lot of places don't.
Look, when people tell me and they get to talk to me on the council and the city manager and the mayor, they get to talk about we in the deficit, I'll be like bored with the rest of it. That's bored because we make a way for what we want.
Yeah.
So don't tell me about a deficit or we running a deficit. Don't tell me that we've been in a deficit since FAA. FAA was the only time that I think that we went in a deficit. As soon as FAA got out of here, we went right back to deficit.
But it's very hard for a government to operate not in a deficit. It is hard, but even when you said when Clinton was president, it wasn't a deficit, but I don't know, it's kind of hard for a government. They can.
You know what? Me being in the position that I'm in, and I'm seeing how it works. To me, no such thing as a deficit. Because if something needs to be done, they're going to find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
And that's period. Whether we borrow from the future to take care of now, or we find some line item, move it around that can handle the situation.
You have to do.
We have to do what we have to do. It's just like if you got your medicine money or your food money, which one you gonna take away from? You're gonna take away to feed yourself until you make something happen to where you can feed yourself and then get your medicine.
Yeah.
But one thing for absolute sure, we're gonna survive.
Yeah.
We're gonna make something happen. And even if we can't get what we want right now, eventually we're going to get what we want.
Well, we'll make it because
we're definitely going to make it.
Some people have said, so black people, they own us now, you are the next. I say, remind them now, you are the next. They've been on us for 30 years. And still on the but it's not facing as we used to.
But yeah, that's why, see, like I said, it's not, we're not experiencing nothing that we're not used to.
Yeah.
It's a shame to come so far and have to deal with the things that we're dealing with. It's so
already dealt with
before. But see it again. But it's clear. It's absolutely clear. Make America great with the most important word. Again. It ain't never been great for us. So that again take us all the way back. Well, it was original.
You want to go back to the 1890s. But we were going to go back out to the fields. And we don't do that kind of stuff. We didn't want to do it then. We made to do it.
But you know what?
You see, I remember when the Latinos and I you say black people were lazy. We weren't lazy. We just weren't going to do that work. Because we were never lazy. I don't know if I said maybe you're going to counsel about the Caucasians. They were the lazy ones. They come get us to work. And we built the White House, built the plantation, did all the construction work. They only started doing that after machinery was made. Then remember telling you little, you saw them on the machine and the black guys working. And the build the railroads. Got the Chinese to do that.
Right.
So when were they not late?
Right.
Then after we stopped doing the farm work, got immigrants. But
somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it.
But why come they're not doing it?
That's right. That's right.
When he said they're taking the black job, no, they're not. They're not our job. You're not getting out there in that field for minimum wage. Out there,
they're doing what they would do. Right.
We're not going to do that.
Right.
And we know how to survive.
Oh yeah, with nothing.
With nothing. There's something we just not going to do.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many people. Like you said, you drive up and down State Street, you see people surviving.
Yeah.
You see people asking, "Can I pump your gas? Can you give me something for food?" They're surviving.
Yeah. And see, a lot of those people, I see them up and down. They trash all out here. But many of them have mental issues.
Yeah.
Maybe drug issues, but most of it mental issues.
Yeah,
because
that's it.
I know some people with mental issues. Some people see them and think they're on drugs.
No, it's more likely it's schizophrenia than anything, whether it's paranoid schizophrenia or just outright schizophrenia. It's different levels of schizophrenia, but there's not enough resources to deal with the mental issues that our community face. And then you have people who go to jail and come back out and totally mentally not the same.
Yeah.
And then they don't give you any resources. They would rather kick you off of probation or anything else to deal with or have the responsibility of controlling you because you're schizophrenic, because you're mentally challenged, or you totally have totally destroyed your mind, the way you think and thought. So, and they just throw you out into the streets.
And many times with the record, they can't get a job, get a decent job. They can't. Then if they have mental issues, they really can't get a job.
That just really depends on the government.
Yeah. And now they're talking about kicking them out off of Medicaid.
Yeah. We are now in a troubling time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the programs that many people depend on is being taken away. You can't even apply for a grant a federal grant if you are including any DI in the application at all. It automatically gets it kicked off. That's the only time that we are able to get into something, whether it's college, whether it's the government contracts, but all of that's being stripped away.
Yeah.
So these few years, and it's still early on in the term, that we got to deal with this. But one thing about it, we got to survive. We gonna survive it, but it's just 4 years of it.
But you know what though? It comes a time when you get tired of just surviving. Well, we're gonna survive, but we want to do even more. But we gotta do what we gotta do.
That's right. That's right.
But with black people, that thing a lot of us getting tired. Then you know what about those marches? They're talking about black people actually stopped marching in numbers after Ferguson. I think they didn't realize that. Most of the Black Lives Matter marches wasn't even black people. I went and recorded when I mentioned this before. I went and recorded a march in downtown St. Louis. The Stockley, that police officer killed a guy at Stockley was they planted a gun, and they told me you're gonna join the march. I record them. I don't join because I don't believe in people protest. I don't even I don't believe in you beat me up, you hurt me. Then I get ready to strike back. You tell me you got to do it peaceful. Now let me beat you up. So I'm doing that type of thing. But look, but I recorded and I went to I was downtown St. Louis, and the people on the stage were all black.
Okay.
I turned around the film, I found a lady, there was about 600 people out there. I couldn't find a black person in the audience.
Really?
You ride down Kings Highway Grand, you go through the black area, you would see Black Lives Matter signs scattered here and there. When you got to the white area, there was one in every yard. And that's why they started this woke program. White people, that's for white folks, not for us. They don't want white people to wake up and see what's going on. So a lot of white people didn't know about Tulsa. They didn't know about that most of the people who were lynched weren't for committing a crime, but they challenged white people economically. I used to notice when I look at the lynching pictures, they left the women clothes on, but they stripped the men. Now notice how well dressed the women were. Those were businessmen, businessmen. They said pull you by your own bootstraps. When they did, they were lynched for it. And men just as now, they say pull yourself by your own bootstraps. Do you know that most of the corporations in the United States have received some type of government welfare?
Of course.
And the farmers, they receive subsidy. The black farmers are doing okay because they never got the subsidy anyway.
Right.
That's why I told them in the video once that the white farmers need to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps because they haven't before.
That's right. They've been most entities, corporate Fortune 500, they pretty much survive off of government assistance in that form.
Yeah.
Whether the government's the biggest
tax break or something.
It's some form, but they are the biggest consumer than anyone. Yeah. So it's one of the things that as a businessman, you have to survive, and like everybody else, you have to make decisions. And when it comes to financial, a lot of times it's hard. And what makes it even harder is when you're in a community that cannot support you.
And you know what? That was that happened to me.
Yeah.
But what happens is I remember when they used to have the clubs in East St. Louis, and they were really instructed by a senator to get them out. Now I didn't really agree with that because we were a club town.
That was the worst decision that I believe this body,
400 jobs.
This body of the council and mayor, that was the worst. That was the worst decision that came from that body in maybe the last 60, 70 years.
And you know, Marcy, since Dick Durbin, he was the orchestrator of that. He threatened to strip funding. You see, if you notice, downtown St. Louis, they have clubs down there, they have the same problem. But they're not going to destroy the local economy over some those who are going to kill each other anyway. And not that somewhere else. Because many of them weren't being killed at the club. They may go to their services, but they shut them area down.
Right, absolutely.
They say I know it's Arabs, but so the audience, because they say Arabs.
And you know,
they shut them down.
Not at all. And you know, the thing of it is, and I just don't really see the logic really behind that because one, Brooklyn all night, South J, especially South J, all night, Washington Park all night. So I didn't see the logic of taking our local economy and sending it off to those areas. So, and see, not only that, and the reason why I say that was the worst mistake that they made, that decision that they made, because they took people out of business that was helping communities, was helping families. Whether they work behind a bar, whether they doing security, they do all. It was a lot, and you know,
it would be even more.
It would be more. And see, and you have people when they did that. You had successful people losing homes, cars, relationships, marriages, all because of that one decision. And that one decision, there's two other decisions that's just as worse, and I'm going to talk about it while I'm here, that this body, certain members, want it to happen. And because I knew the effect personally, hands-on, the decision of making shutting the businesses down early, I knew the impact that had. And there is something that came before us so many times, and I've been against it every single time, and it came under my committee. One was the strip clubs. Allowing this community to have strip clubs is not a good thing. Let them be what they are. Let those strip clubs be Brooklyn, South J, Washington Park. That's enough. That's enough entertainment for that type here in this area. We don't need more of that.
Yeah, we can have a different type. They can just strip club and come on here.
Yeah, and see, yeah, and do something different. See, and then the second thing that's more devastating to the families that came before us on multiple occasions, and I've been against it every single time because it comes under my committee, is the PLA agreement. That's the project labor agreement, meaning that in order to get jobs or construction work in the city of East St. Louis, you have to belong to the union. How many of us belongs to the union? How many of us, if that agreement was in place, how many of us would be able to work at the city of East St. Louis doing painting, doing anything? And I know firsthand the 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 power that the unions have, because when I was building Washington Park Fire Department, firehouse, that small amount of money, they got the feds on me, they got the Department of Labor, they got every entity on me, every entity on me. And you know what I told them? I asked them one question. I said, what have you done, or any of your organizations done, for the children of Washington Park? They said, oh, well, we give money all the time to Belleville and so on. I said, Washington Park, not a dime, nothing. And they want to see a project come up and they want to jump their butts in and want to pour the money out, and they have not provided no toy drive, no clothing, no back to school to these children. And they sing the feds and the state and every agency that exists at someone that's trying to put a firehouse that they did not have in the community.
Yeah, like that.
And it wasn't that much money. That was peanuts.
I think they like the idea that a black man is doing.
And the good, the thing about it, they say there's no black contractors. That fire department was built with 95% blacks or minorities.
Well, that fire department. They say many times black contractors unlicensed. I heard that's not true. There are some that a lot of white ones not licensed.
I mean, see, and then the laws in the state, they don't have a state contractor's license. Yeah. So if you're licensed in your community, you're a contractor. You can be contractor. So that is a sense you join the union, but they don't even accept. So one of the things that they're trying to impose upon our contractors in the city is that you cannot get government work from East St. Louis unless you're part of the union.
You know, when the union,
and that's not going to happen as long as I'm sitting on that.
There was a time when the unions actually kept a lot of black people from working. Mm-hmm. They used to sit down they said the black people would sit down at the union hall all day long
and don't get no work.
Don't get any work.
No work at all. And that's the thing. We cannot. This is the place of last resort for so many people. You can't go to Belleville if you got a record to rent a property. That's not even constitutional. Why is something stopping you from living somewhere because you have a record? You should be able to have a freedom to live wherever you want to.
Because I know quite a few people. When they live in Granite City and other places, when they come to East St. Louis, go get high school there because
they can't go anywhere.
They have a good record.
Right, and so and because they have the record, those are the ones that tend to be good with doing construction.
Yeah,
that's their way out. Now you're going to take that option away from those individuals. What else they're going to be left with? They're going to be left with selling drugs.
Yeah.
Selling drugs to our babies.
And see, I don't like people selling drugs, but they're trying to survive.
I don't
agree with it. If I could stop it, I would stop it. But I don't track it. That's my job.
But see, the thing of it is, you can't take something away from someone and not give them something to replace it with.
Yeah.
And that's it. You have to give a person a way out. No, they're not. They're not going to see their kid not eat. They're going to do whatever it takes.
And see, one thing about it is they especially now in the social media state, with the internet, they see all these people living well, doing good. They want to live like that also.
Right.
But and many of them will do it by any means necessary. So it's sort of because but they don't realize a lot of that is false.
False.
That's right. You ever put a stack of money, just floating all around. Then when something happens to them, their family got to do a GoFundMe.
And
they don't know all that $20,000
and all that. And that's one of the things that's one of my pet peeves is there are policies that's out there that allow you to bury someone. If you got enough money to buy cigarettes, you got enough money to pay for a plan that's like that to take care of your loved ones. So there's no reason why you should go to GoFundMe when you have a policy that you can get to at least cover the burial. Just the burial. You don't have to get rich off of it, but just the burial of it. To put your people in the grave.
They have to think about it. I had a cousin. This was in 2002, I think. He passed away. I used to go down to McDonald's, drink coffee with him every day. He passed away. And I knew he had a policy. I didn't think he had one or anything, but I remember he told me one day about some money he had. He said, I don't have to beg anybody for nothing. I got money. He said something about a dresser. I didn't pay no attention. I don't think about anybody else's money. Then after he passed, when I was in his house with my aunt, we was going through some things. I remember that dresser. We pulled a drawer out of that dresser, and in the back there was some old stinking socks. Money. About $10,000. We went ahead and buried them away real nice.
That's good. And see, a lot of us we don't bank.
Yeah.
And I for sure understand, because if you have money or other people have the ability to take it away from you, you don't want to put your money there.
Yeah.
You only need as very little in there as you can possibly put in there.
Yeah.
So, because if they can level your account, take the money out of it, and then child support, whatever it is, medical bills, if they can garnish your money, your pay, that's less likely that you want to be bankable.
Yeah. And if you remember back around the Great Depression, they said, well, let me see about my cousin. I'm really appreciative that I was one he trusted
with the information, right?
With the information about his money. I forgot about it. And then I remembered it after we started going through that dress.
Okay.
But during the Great Depression, one time they wouldn't let black people put money in the bank.
Oh, I can believe that.
And then they black people, when the banks crashed, still had money. I mean, because they put money, hid money places that the banks wouldn't allow. Then after the Great Depression, they started allowing it. Because do you remember a lot of times when the older people would die, people could just about go there. They used to put money on the floor, buying the house up, looking for money. But, because that's what a lot of them did, those older people. They hid money around the house because they weren't allowed to put it in. They got used to
that. And it went generation to generation, but it's just a different method, a different way. But it's still relevant today. No one really wants to put their money in the bank because of that one thing that they can easily control. Just like Kanye West. They cut his money off. That what they had millions in there, and they just said, no, just stop it. Wouldn't give him access to nothing. And told him to go put his money in a whole different bank. So, they have, there's that level of control that they have over you when your money is placed with somebody else. But now, the risk the risk of having it in your home is just as great as the risk of having it. Yeah, you get to fire, somebody break in and do all of that. So it's just like I would rather put it in the bank and have a guarantee that if the bank get robbed, my money gonna be back. But maybe have it back. Not all. You just keep enough.
I remember years ago there was this old white lady in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Some people broke in our house and took money out the walls. They took, I think they said $11 million out the wall. And then they left millions more behind and they didn't know. And they caught them out in California. When about to pay cash for a brand new motorhome.
Right. I see, and the craziest thing is when you're living like that, the hardest thing ever is spending your money. Yeah. That's the hardest thing you can do. When you live that type of life, the hardest thing is spending money like that. Because when you spend money like that, then certainly they have background activities going on that automatically reports that and get the eyes on you. Yeah. So it's hard to spend money when you live in your life like that. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. That's what, the cash money. Anything other than cash is fine, but cash money, that's the worst thing. I mean, that's the worst. You can't spend it.
Are using Cash App now, and remember Joe Biden. He wanted to start looking into tax and Cash App. People were moving so much money around.
Right. Crypto and all that.
And so he wanted to start. I think they may have started because I know
I started.
Yeah, I know I sent some people some money, and it was less than what I sent them. They must have took tax
level fees. But at the same time, even with that, if you're using it not for business purposes and you file it, you get that form, you just file it as being it was a gift or it was something other than a business transaction, and then that's how you deal with that.
And see, mine business because I usually like on my live feed. I'm not using that, but this is my first time doing this show now. I want each show to pay for itself, like find each time. So a lot of people think they say, "Oh, this is," but each one has to pay for itself.
Exactly.
And because I'm getting other people to do shows also because my Roku channel comes out. I have my Roku. I have a pretty good medium, but I'm trying to build up a big media thing. I wasn't thinking big at first.
Right. Okay.
I've been working along with other people.
You work with that, right?
And that's why I try to do more of a worldwide thing.
Okay.
But I got to do a church, New Shining Light. I have some people from North Korea who watch it.
Okay.
In the militarized zone, they watch the show on every Sunday.
Okay.
But one thing about it, we got to like and share. You watch it today. Watch and share. That's how. Like and share because that's how we get known when you like it and sharing. And when I start putting my cash up for, be sure to take care of me on that.
Donations, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah, Quentin, but I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, anytime. You're one of my favorites.
Yeah,
we've come a long way.
Yeah, come a long way with her.
Yeah.
So. Earl was a good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember when Miss Jackson died, him and I
went up to
the hospital. I went to the hospital with him, and we left him about a couple hours later. She passed away. We was up there at about 2:00. And he's a good friend of mine.
The last time I seen Harold right before he passed, we was at Tasty Burgers, and he was like, he said, I see you finally made it. He said it took you 10 years, but I see you finally made it. And I say, yeah, I didn't give up. Oh, but I didn't give up long. I didn't give up long. But I retired. I stopped for about a year and a half, even dealing with it. The last election before Bobby Easton got in, that devastated me after after he won and had the
Yeah.
that night. That night, the very next day, devastated.
I
And,
know he was a big guy.
yeah, and not only that, I should have been on council at that point. I had the belief that I was going to be a councilman all the way up to the day after he won. And because of that, it taught me many things. It taught me another thing that it taught me: don't do anything on behalf of your family. Whatever you want to do, you do it because it's something that you want to do. You don't do it because it'll be good for your family name, or your kids. You do it because that's something that you want to do. And see, before then, it was always for my family. It was always for my father or my mother. So it was never something that I wanted to really do per se. But when God gave me the vision, I included that and used my family as an additional purpose to keep me going. And
Mm.
see, if I tell people all the time, if you are not burned by the things that you're trying to do or you doing, then you're not doing something right. If you're investing in real estate and you never experienced a foreclosure in your life, you ain't doing something right. If
Mm.
you cooking and you ain't never been burned by grease or fire, you ain't doing something right. So if you is in politics and you're not accused of something, you ain't doing something right. So
Yeah.
you have to experience the burn of whatever it is that you're experiencing, that you're in. If you're a contractor and you never got your hand hit with a hammer or almost get your fingers cut off by a saw, you ain't no good contractor.
Okay,
So it was
no more work.
you have to experience the burn. So I experienced the burn to the point where, okay, nothing else in this line that I'm going can affect me in a way that is going to mentally hurt me. So when I got that, that's when I say, and I stopped and gave up. That's when God say, okay, you ready. And the only person in the whole world that was able to pull me out of where I was at to say yes, he sent them right in front of me.
Yeah.
Right in front of me. No one else could have got me. But that same person was the same person that I always went to and say, can you support me for this or support me for that? But he would never say yes. He would never say no. But when I gave up and God saw that I was defeated and I actually gave up and let his will become the will that I should follow, he sent me what I've been looking for and what I've been waiting for, and gave me absolute confidence that it's going to be what he says it's going to be. And that's what happened. And that person came right in front of me and asked me. He's not much for words, but he came to me. And that's what I knew. If it came from him, and I went to him every single time, why would I lose faith in his ability to do what I came to him and asked for all the time? God makes no mistakes. And he sent them, and I'm here where I am now. And I'm thankful. And see, no one else wanted me. No one wanted me. I mean, not a one but him. And because he wanted me, I'm where I'm at. So
No,
I say, it don't take everybody to get you where you need to be. It only takes one. So be available to the one. And that's all I have to say about that.
oh, that's great. The down at City Hall, I used to have access. I had a key card down it.
right,
But I haven't been broadcasting because of the fiber
right,
optics is no longer
right,
in there.
right, right.
You know,
I think we're working on that now, actually.
because the city manager and I went down there one day and we looked at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually where you can go live from the mayor's office.
Oh yeah, I remember you all used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And we
think
used to
Nick
do
had a show.
minutes with the mayor.
No, right.
Yeah.
And Easton had one.
Yeah.
I think Alvin had tried it a little bit.
Now when Mika was running,
Mhm.
I was doing the minutes with the mayor
Okay.
because But Bob, he already had somebody doing it. That was more business.
Right, right,
What you do with call officer? And I like to get it started back, but I go live.
right,
I don't need the cable to go
right,
live anymore.
right, right. Times change. Times change.
Yeah, time
So
has changed.
yeah, we don't
So I
need
got the
it.
camera.
Yeah, I saw it.
The thing about it
It's
is
not needed.
it's not needed.
No.
Now there's a way.
Okay,
The big camera is called an acting zoom Fimo.
okay.
I want to do this. I can run it, use the camera specs and put this and run it through here.
Well, okay.
Because what I can do is one thing that's good, like with the football game,
Mm-hmm.
at the further you zoom in
Okay.
with these, it can lose the value.
Oh, right.
And I
That
can
makes
put telephoto lens on this,
right.
but
But
the cameras
not
don't.
like that one.
The
Like
cameras
that.
don't. I can zoom all the way in
Right.
and shoot the eyeball. And
Don't lose no quality.
lose no quality.
Okay.
I can hook this up to that.
Okay.
But other than that, I really don't need. You know what I did to you tonight? I didn't even cut my lights on.
Yeah, no, because I was thinking about that because I show up real dark.
It still shows up good.
I cut it dark. Well, I mean, okay.
Because I never I was thinking about. I didn't even cut my lights on.
Because usually, I said, as dark as I am.
I did that. The second time I did that. I did that one before.
Yeah, because when I came, I'm like, I wonder if we're going to turn the lights on.
I wish you had said something.
Uh-huh.
I wish you had said something, because I should get to cut them off.
Right. Yeah, because I was like, dang, I know because I'm dark as I don't know what.
I just have to look at it.
Oh, man.
It does make a big
difference. It makes a huge difference. But it's a lighting is everything in cinema.
Yeah, it does make a difference, yeah, I can see the difference. I said that, but it still looks good. I would.
Okay, gotcha.
I spent all this time without my lights on,
right.
then I could wear my glasses and get these.
Okay, too much light. You get the glasses.
Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on, man. We've been talking for an hour.
Yeah, it goes by. It goes by quick, and
it goes by quick because, like I said. When I'm talking about myself, I look about. I've been talking 2 hours. I'm talking like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Right.
And I'm not used to really talking. I'm used to like this. I ask questions, I get reply like on a panel. Kevin Ellis was supposed to join us, but he wasn't able to make it. And so I want to do more shows like this. I'll be with someone.
Right.
That's why I started one. I took it under the other brand because a lot of people hear the other story. I don't think they know.
Right. And the one thing that kept it interesting when Harold was doing it was the East St. Louis Monitor. Because he used the Monitor as part of his nightly discussion whenever he did it. So he pulled out articles out of that and talked about it. And the show was let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Right. So that was one of the things that he did back in the day. But it's always something to talk about.
I may one of his shows.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
Yeah, I can go pull one up.
Yeah,
I got some on YouTube.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna pull one up and air it one day.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Tribute to old Harold.
Yeah, because I didn't get a chance to speak at his funeral. They didn't let me, but I was there before the $1 million grant.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I was in my way to get it out the mud.
Right.
We were on the stadium street.
That's right.
And half the time didn't get paid for it.
That's right. I remember it very well.
Baking in the sun, freezing in the cold. Yeah, and so, but it was okay because I know he's a good friend of mine. He good business partner. He just a lot of times he just gave away too much. Helping them kids.
Yeah, that's it.
But I remember all them guys. Who else was that? With us? Do you remember Eli? I think that before you. He was the guy you used to work with. That was a long time ago. That's around when Deborah Powell was there.
But I was around then.
They call him E-Rod, big heavy singer. He was with Miss Jackson down at the college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, we all used to work together, but I don't want to relive those days,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Those
That's
kind of rough. Yeah,
that's
those
why
rough.
the
Those
games
rough
now,
days.
you know.
Right. Right.
I ain't got older now.
Right.
I get in
Right.
the cold free. I can do it, but
Right.
something
Yeah.
this mission,
Right.
like my
Right.
daughter says,
Right.
some things even though you can do it, it's better not to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm learning that more and more now. As I get older, I'm like, I can see. I can see the things that I used to be able to do. Oh no.
None of you may still be able to do it.
Right. That's right.
I used to
Right.
just crawl up on my car, work in the middle.
Right.
I still will not if I have
Right.
to.
Have to. Right.
I'm going to have to
Right.
because other than that, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Let it wait.
Yeah.
Because, but yeah, I'm glad you came in and we got that out the way about the pool and because some people have been asking about
Yeah, I
it.
just
Even though it wasn't your part of your platform, you still answered it for
yeah,
me.
and I just
They don't know many people who say, well, that ain't got nothing to do with that.
right, and see that's the thing, and you, I would say people need to trust but verify, and give people the benefit of the doubt until you know something different.
And that's hard.
So and that's hard.
It's hard for this time
That's
to give
hard.
you the benefit of doubt.
That's
They're going to take the
hard.
words first.
Yeah, always because it's trained that way. But it's this like certain people, you know that if they say something, it's credible. It's just like if they go to Channel 5 News versus a
But,
oh no, even Fox, you would expect them to air something that's credible.
yeah.
So you would more likely believe whatever comes on those stations versus maybe somebody like I don't want to say I would
like some of the YouTube channels.
yeah don't like any of those right.
They every singer and actor that's alive today, they had them dead on YouTube.
Right, and see that's the thing. So it's that's why the source of the information is important.
Yeah.
It's the credibility of the information is important, and who's delivering the information is important.
Yeah.
You just can't listen to every single body and everything somebody say. But we got that good because we would rather hear somebody doing bad than somebody doing good.
Yeah. I know some of the podcasters that I trust.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them I have to check behind with them.
Oh yeah.
If I repeat anything they say.
Right.
There's some that I trust.
Right.
Like Roland Martin, I watch his show.
Right.
Don Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Now what's her name? The one they just fired on NBC. The lady, she's very good. Reese. I can't think of my name. I watch all stuff.
But again, you're naming individuals in journalism that demands credibility, demands coming off, versus somebody that like what you call them, some world star hip hop or some stuff like that. That's like that.
The worst things that ever happened.
And see,
the social media. Everybody got used to showing all them little fights, and now a lot of those fights that they have aren't even real. They're AI.
Right, and see, and you know, me personally, I don't look at anything negative. I don't look at fights on any type of station. I don't look at any of that. I don't look at anything that's negative in any way, and I do not participate in like going back and forth because it is the way that the world is. Yeah, the way the world is. You don't have the time to waste on that right there. You might see it as enjoyment, but see every word that you hear, every sound that you hear, everything that you can see can influence your state of being, can explore, can influence the way you think. So you can be driving down the street and hear some hip hop, and your feet get your foot get heavy on that pedal. You get to speeding, you get excited, and all those things. Everything somebody can say one word, and that one word can kickstart the idea of something that you was missing, and you just heard it, and There it is.
Yeah.
So everything that you see and experience and hear, don't take that for granted because it's influencing you and it could influence you in a positive or
Yeah.
a negative way. So you have to guard the things that you bring into your world, into your circle, into your life. Because if you looking at fights, chances are that's your thing. You
Yeah.
probably gonna you be ready.
Yeah.
You be ready to
Yeah.
fuck up.
I think a lot of times, like when you scroll, they'll come up, and I don't like looking at
You know,
it. I scroll on
yeah, you know
because people can send them to me in message. I don't
yeah,
look at
you know
it.
the thing
I
of it
don't
is,
look at
what
it.
I don't like is what's the name of that X Twitter? I'm like every time you turn on Twitter, I did TikTok. I'm on. I don't too much be on too much of
And
any of
TikTok.
them, but yeah, but I know Twitter. Every post that comes down my line is somebody's fight.
Oh yeah.
Every one of them is
You know,
rare there's no fights.
I used to be on Twitter, it's called X now.
Okay.
I used to be on there, but it's a time I'm paying for it. I didn't want to pay for it. I went to myself.
Right.
Because to be honest with you, I don't care much for TikTok, but by me doing what I do,
Mhm.
I have to go to different
Yeah, you have to
platforms
reach the
because,
people.
and like I may put a short up on Twitter,
Mhm.
like about, it's usually about something about um, something about how people move ahead
Okay.
on what we're doing. Like I mentioned about the farmers,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of things on there to put our people down because because they say when the white folks fight, they talk about the fight. When the black folks fight, they talk about the race. I don't even read this stuff. Now I used to go back and forth, but I learned
Mhm.
because like a lot of times, even when I do a show, I don't even go back and read the list.
Right.
Whatever people
Right.
say,
Right.
I put one fight up on YouTube, and that was that cheerleader fight. And I kind of regret doing that,
Okay.
but it was live anyway.
Uh-huh.
And
What made you regret it?
I don't really like putting fights up.
Okay. Okay.
But I didn't even get the money. They got
Okay.
2 million hits.
But see, and the craziest thing is you can talk about love, relationships, and all that, and get about 100 likes, but let you put a fight up, you got like 10,000 likes and and all of that, and I just
and then I did Channel 5 came over
okay.
and did an interview with me at school
Mhm.
about the fight, and I was the one who
Put it up.
was up, and I got over 2 million views. But I tell you,
That's fight. I mean, I would rather be entertained a different kind of way.
Yeah, a different kind of way.
Yeah, I definitely rather be entertained a different kind of way.
Because there's such a thing called an ethnic image, and we ruin our ethnic
Exactly,
image.
exactly,
A lot of
exactly.
people say, it ain't got nothing to do with me in a way it does. It
Yeah.
ruins the ethnic image.
Yeah, and that's a good term because you're absolutely correct. Because see, and then you're balancing your image versus what other people think of you
Yeah.
in that process. And see, when you're doing that, you're putting yourself in a box. And see, all of my life, I was in a box until a few years ago. And after that point, I said that I no longer care what other people think or thought of me. And I didn't live for the image that I portrayed. That's that's when that's when I became the happiest. I became the happiest when I said I don't care about what nobody thinks.
Because really, it seems like the people you be the most for don't like you. The ones you don't care nothing about, they don't seem
But
to
see,
like you.
I mean, certain people become expecting of your generosity.
Yeah.
They become accustomed to what you're providing. And then at the point in time when you cut that part off of it, that's when the true colors and a person's true feelings and come to light. And that's the thing of it is you can say, I can give you whatever that moment. You like it and love it and praise and this and this and that. But let you come back, and you don't get that. You ready to cut the person off completely off.
You know what they say? Women, children, and pets are loved. Men are tolerated by what they can do for
what you do for you. And the one thing that I learned, the best way to get somebody away from you is to loan them money.
Oh yeah.
That's the number one way you can keep people away from you is by loaning them money.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to pay it back. And they ain't going to pay it back. So sometimes you just have to loan people money to keep them from asking you and keep them away from you. Or give them something and make them owe you. And that keeps them away from you. And I've learned that so many times. And that's one of the things that I use so much.
But think about it. We are many people. You think they want to stay good with somebody who loans them money, but they don't think that. Most people don't think that.
No, they don't think it. And then you give them money, it's so hard to collect. So I have a policy myself.
It is hard.
Yeah, it's very hard to collect. So when I give to family as a loan, I never expect it back. So I already know that that's what I'm giving as a forgiving.
With family, you almost know it's never good.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
But
also,
especially a younger person in the family, they think uncle and dad.
But you label it as a loan. Label it as a loan, and see how that keeps them if they keep them coming back because it's like, dang, he already loaned me money, I ain't paid it back yet, so I ain't going back to him.
You know, you have some people with that audacity, though.
But you have some people with everything.
Yeah, but not
everything.
But most of them. Mm-hmm. You know, I've had people do that. Old men still come back.
Yeah.
But most people, they're gonna still wait.
Yeah, they understand. They understand. So, but it's one of those things that I like to say this, and this is old. If I give money out, I call my money my children. If I give my children out, I want my children to come back. And I want my children to come back with more children. Yeah. So I don't want to give no money out and I never see it come back. Yeah. And so I would give it out to somebody I know that's not going to come back. And when they don't come back, I'm okay because I can say, I loaned you this, you never paid me back. So some people, you have to do that to one. That's weird. Yeah. Okay, you did that to yourself. Yeah. So, but at the same time, it only works with some people. Most people. But there's some people that have your heart that no matter what you do, no matter what they do, they got your heart that you're going to do whatever you can to help them in that situation. But that's so far in between.
That's few people like maybe your grandchildren.
Your grandchildren or your they didn't say you don't supposed to have a favorite child. but that favorite child. Well, you know, I'm trying to think. One city leader told me the way he deal with it. He say, there go my first oldest. There go my favorite first oldest child. There go my favorite second child. There go my favorite third baby child. I mean, they all his favorite. But they first, second, and third. So yeah, so all of his favorite. Right.
Multiple. One's going to capture a little more.
Exactly.
Maybe one's be more obedient.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're going to capture a little more. You love them all.
I love them all.
But one going to be.
That's right. And you know, my father told me a long time ago. He said that it's not that I love my children differently. I love them the same, but one may need more attention than the other. Yeah. And that's what it is. One need more attention than the other one does. Like with me, I need no attention. I need a lot of attention, but the others needed more attention than I did. But they also created a little bit of resentment in a sense because you're seeing your brothers and sisters getting attention and you're not. Yeah. So, but someone has to be the black sheep. Someone has to lead the family.
Sometimes it works a different way because sometimes we can give so much attention to the.
It's partial right. You become right. Uh-huh.
one and the other, get a little jealous.
Right. That's it. Yeah.
Maybe I ain't bad or
Yeah.
something. Maybe I get some attention.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true because I know my mom had her favorite one. We all know what favorite one was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the baddest one of us. And we knew who it was favorite one.
Some days you get mad at me, call me. There go your face to my mother. I wasn't no problem though.
Right.
It's just that I would do a lot of things.
Okay. Okay.
Because I was putting paddling. I was about 10 years old, like paddling all the while. I'm putting the paddling 10 years old.
Oh man. Yeah.
Driving down 10 years old.
Oh, that's good.
Didn't know what I was doing.
But just doing it. That's right.
I did it though.
Right. There's nothing like mom. There's nothing like mom. Like,
I mean, my dad, he was there until he died, but he died when I was young, when I was 18, I think.
Okay.
And he worked so much.
Okay.
So my mother never had to work. He worked so much, so he wasn't home a lot. So I would do a lot of work, and he believed in working.
Right. Yeah. It has its detriments.
Yeah. Nowadays, women want to leave if you work too much.
Yeah.
One guy told me say they work so faithfully on a man in prison and cheat on a man at work.
Well, you know what? Like speaking of that, just jumping into that subject, it makes me nervous living in a relationship because I'm out of the blue. I've heard maybe 4 conversations within the last month where the woman said that she's not going anywhere because he's paying the bills.
Yeah.
What if he's not paying? What if he stopped paying the bills? What if he loses his job and he's gone? So that and I say that right there makes you nervous.
Yeah.
That makes a person don't want to even get married.
See, we're living in a different world, and we live in a world where even if you did lose your job, the woman still stay with the family. But now, they talking about if you want to take him on a date, you got to pay a bill. I pay bills right here. That's the only place I pay bills. Independent woman, pay your bill. That's why it's called your bill.
Yeah, your bill. But see, I people may say it's simping, but for as me, I don't see. I've been blessed, and the reason why I've been blessed because I learned that you helping other people, and you there's a difference between being helping and being used, and being able to know the difference is the most important part. And see, I don't mind helping a soul, and sometimes I learned God had put me in a position to help a person to get on their feet, and then I'm out the door, then I'm gone. So, but I know the mission. I know how things supposed to be. So sometimes I tell people, I'm like the one that God gives in to help people who help other people that can't get any help. That's how it appears in my world. He sends me to the people that he sends to help, and I help them. And that's been like my life for quite some time. And like that's important to me because no matter how low I get, he always come and put me back where I need to be. And it's simply because I understand the money that I have is not for me. The money that I have is to do what he wants me to do with it. So if somebody comes to me and needs something, he gives me the spirit to say who to give it to, who not to give it to, and sometimes he even gave me the exact amount. So that I pay attention to.
Because like what you were saying, that like sometimes when I go and meet people out there big, and I usually don't give them a bit. It's some people,
right?
I see, and it moves me to give something to them.
That's right. That's right.
Not all. But
because some will, yeah, some will they take advantage of you. But
I've had
no,
people do
yeah,
that. You would take advantage. I
no,
was just
they're helping you. And see, one thing I learned too is that some people will take your trusting them as you being dumb or they being smarter than you. But the mere fact is that you trust them a whole lot more than they trust you.
Yeah.
So when in essence you shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't trust them because they ultimately just using you.
Yeah.
So it's you giving them when they know and you believing in them and they don't even believe in you. But you believe in them. And that's somewhat of an issue. And people play on that. But all in all, it's just you doing things from your heart. You doing things. But no, are they only at that moment? As soon as that moment passes, all gloves are off. Let you do something and then stop. That's like I learned.
Get what they want.
Right.
They have to do.
And see what people need to understand. What I found out going through life is let's see. Let's see. If you about to get this happen to you, or that's about to happen to you, and you can't get it no other way, or you need no other to make it happen, let's see if that's the case. So let me wait a few days. Let me wait a week to see because time is everything. Yeah. Time is like you may not get what you want right now, but time will align itself. If you are deserving, time will bring it to you. So let's see if that's what you need or if you're running a scam job on.
You can get it yourself.
Get yourself. Like this is what I teach my kids. And it worked for me my entire life. My entire life. There's another. I don't know. This is another principle, or it's not a principle. It's just something that I live by. This is what I do, and it's the only thing in my entire life that I wanted, and didn't get, and have not got up until this very point, is to be mayor of East St. Louis. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I ever wanted that I never got is to be mayor of East St. Louis. But the thing of it is, how I was able to get all the things that I wanted is I did one thing. I made a list from 1 to 10, with 1 being the easiest and 10 is almost murder. To list them from the easiest to the almost impossible. And I tried each and every last one of those things until I got what I want. And I end up around the 5 to 7 range of my list. Family, I couldn't get it. Just you my cousin. Let me go to my cousin. Let me get this. That's number 1. Number 2, let me go and borrow from somebody else. Never failed. Number 3, let me see what I can do by working more hours or something like that. Never enough. So you keep going down the list, trying and trying until you get it. But see, the world knows what it is that you want. All you have to do is apply yourself and let it come to you. So eventually, it's going to come as long as you're applying yourself and taking the steps because the world sees what you want, whether the people around you that can make it happen because you constantly trying, you constantly going to people, they constantly see you and the world you speaking into existence, ask and you shall receive. When you ask for it and you take the steps, eventually, if you believe enough and do enough, it's going to come to you. And that's what's important. And at this very point in this time, I am trying to find something that I wanted that I have not got other than being mayor of East St. Louis. Everything else I have got. I need for nothing. I need for nothing.
Well, you know, it comes.
Well, I mean, and see, what I've learned, I'm not looking for it. I'm not turning it away. So I'm being still and I'm doing what I do on a daily basis is living my life, not caring about what other people think, and taking care of my children and spending more time with my children, even though it's getting harder and harder and harder because they're getting older and older and older. And I need and I'm a workaholic. So, and the thing of it is, as a father growing up, now as a father with my kids, there was two things that I've been blessed to do. But if you can't do one, you absolutely must do the other. The first thing is, if you cannot spend the time with your children, make sure that you're able to financially support them. So if you can't support them, then you absolutely got to spend the time. And if you don't have if you don't have the money, do the time. If you got the time, you don't need to do the money. The money is extra. So either those two, you got to do one. But if you can do both, you're golden. You're a great father. Yeah. You're a great man. But you have to do one. You can't slack on one or the other. You have to do one or the other.
Because you do have some who just give money.
You get no time. Yeah, no time. And see, and in my life, there's a period of both. Like at this point in time, my children are pretty much almost grown. I only have a couple. Yeah, I have a couple that's still down there where I give them all my time. But I also take them with me when I'm working. But I'm always working because I take care of so many families. Yeah. Like if I were to fall, I don't know what would happen to so many people.
You maybe have to help them get self-sufficient.
Yeah, but see, at the same time, that's what God puts you for. The more people you're able to help, the more money you'll be able to receive. But see, the thing of it is, we so busy trying to fend and fight for getting stuff for our own that we don't go out and we don't help. We don't seek the help of others. So or helping others. But once we get to the point where we can help somebody else, that's when we receive the abundance of what God has for us.
Because I know when I used to be with R.J. Krause with children, and after he passed away, I continued to take the children.
Okay.
I can do like he was getting money from the Catholic Church.
Right.
I was doing that in my pocket.
Your pocket. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Right. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. When people see that, they're more willing to help that.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of, like I said, the world sees what you do. The world sees what you do with nobody else. There's been so many times that people be like, I'll be so happy people come to me out the blue and say, oh, yeah, that was a good thing you did. You did this and that. I don't be looking for that. But at the same time, it makes me feel good that I am able to do those things to help other people because people is money. Money is people. Yeah, and the more people you help, the more money you get.
And you know, a lot of people get angry when they have to spend money on certain things. I used to do that. I said, you know what? Not heard this guy got to spend money on this. But then, you know, I started looking at it differently. I remember a time when I wouldn't have had the money.
Right.
See, that's where you got to look at it. Right. At least I got the money.
Right.
An emergency comes, I got the money now. Right. I remember a time when I didn't have.
Right. And see, me being in a position that I'm in, I because I'm a businessman, I had very limited time working for another. So other than my family, other than my father, I worked for my father in his restaurants and stuff. So outside of that, my time working for others is very limited, and because of that, I've experienced being self-employed for a very long time, and because of that, I have to take risks. I have to employ people. That is a risk in itself.
Yeah.
So people don't understand what really comes behind them being self-employed. See, they look at the glamour. They look at the top line, but they don't look at the net. They don't look at what all it took to get that.
And then They think, what, I found out a lot of people miss you in business.
Mhm.
They think every dime come to you just
It's
to go in your pocket.
you know what? It's no different than city government. We run so many deficits. We run so many deficits to take care of the people.
Yeah, and see because I know my cousin had a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And first he went in business with another guy. And the other guy wanted to come in and just take money out the cash
Let
register.
it go.
And he said, no, we can't do it like that. You can't live out your cash register.
That's right.
You have bills to pay.
Right.
You got to restock this.
That's right.
And when you open a store, it may take years before you turn a profit.
That's right. And I tell like anything that I own, like the restaurants and stuff that I own, I go and I pay myself. I go if I want to burger or something, I go through the drive-through, I go through the window, and I pay. They say, "Oh no, you ain't got to pay." I say, "Oh yes, I do have to pay because if if I have to pay, that absolutely means that you and everybody else have to pay."
See, Courtney got some friends. Tasty burgers now. I have no friends. Yeah, my cousins, they got doing shop up there.
Okay. Oh, the one on West Main? Is the one?
Yes.
Oh, Billy's. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I go in there, they ask them, oh, you want to pay? No, I
Oh no,
want to pay.
you want to pay.
I
That's
pay.
right. That's right.
Look, whenever we come down now, don't forget me. But right now, I got the money I want to pay.
That's right.
Because by then, you'll be tired.
That's right. That's right.
I want to go ahead. I'm not going to get down now, but I'm just saying, if I went somewhere else,
right.
I'd have to pay what
you
I
have to
pay my people.
That's right. You have to pay.
Yeah.
And see, that's the whole thing. People should support one another.
Yeah.
And supporting one another is paying. The best thing you can do for a business owner is pay for the service. Even if it's your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, that's real love.
Yeah.
That's love. That you're able to pay to help them keep going. Because everything that you eat, that's a less thing that they can sell to be able to take care of you and your family.
And sometimes they try to give me a cheap price, and now I know that. I said, look, don't charge me the price. I got to pay somewhere. I got to pay you.
That's it. And I say it all the time. You have to know your value. You have to know your worth. And when people be wanting me to give them a price for something, I know. Give me the market value. What is the market value of what it is? I don't want to pay more, and I don't want to pay less. Give me the market value. How much you're worth. And if this is what you're worth, and I hire you, and it's something, and your worth is not that worth, that be the last time that you get it. But at least I gave you a chance, and at least I let you determine what your worth is. But I hired you for the service. So give me your worth, and I will pay you your worth. But if your worth ain't your worth, that be the last time you get any worth out of me.
I know what you mean, because I last time when I go places, they see me just standing there at the camera. They don't know I'm switching between 2 and 3.
Right.
When I look at the product, I say, I didn't know you could do all that. Like my live stream cruise, some people say, he all up there, everybody. See, the family want to get those intimate shots.
That's right. You absolutely, but you know what? When you did my mom's 2-3 years ago, I still haven't looked at it yet.
You haven't?
I have not looked at it yet.
Hey, and my stuff I got now compared to back then.
It was better. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet.
I think I did 2 cameras on.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. I haven't looked at it at Rum Bullets.
Okay.
But no, I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it to this day.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You got a smart guy.
I still got all the CDs. I got to put it with the rest of the stuff, but I just ain't had it in me to look at it.
You can put on a flash drive.
Flash drive.
In case something happens to it.
To that CD,
You can put on a bring them out.
Okay.
You want more than one thing.
Right. Yeah.
I wish I had one of my mothers. We were doing it back then.
Right.
She died in '91.
Right. Okay.
Back then I wasn't even doing this.
Right.
Oh yes, I was. I was into it. But we were doing videotapes.
Right.
And then I wouldn't really going out to the funerals. But like now,
You start. I think was my granddad in the first one you did.
and I know I did your grandfather,
Right.
your mother,
My grandfather, my
someone
mother,
else.
and my I think with my nephew or something.
I know it's been quite a few.
Yeah, it's been a few.
I remember you like Nunu, your granddaughter Nunu or something like that.
Let's see.
Nucci or something. She's when we was out to the cemetery. She's been called. We had a Hummer then. We was right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You're right. Exactly. I
I forget her
remember.
name.
Right. Right.
Yes, I got granddad. She 18.
Right. That's my new.
Yeah.
Moo. No, that was Moo. That was Moo then.
Oh, you had a
That was Moo.
Oh, yeah.
Moo wasn't born then.
Oh, okay.
Or no, Moo wasn't born. Or what if she was real little then. She was like 2 or 1 or something. But yeah.
Because she's like about 5, 6.
Yeah. That was our Nunu. That was Nunu. Yeah.
And so I try to give them a bit serious because like my relatives, I do theirs anyway.
Right.
Because I want it for myself.
Right.
Yeah, I want it for myself also. but see, I could have retired. But I just like what I do.
Well, you see, when it's something if it's something that you love to do, it's not work.
Yeah.
So it's not work. You see, that's like with me, with my appraisal work and real estate. I've been doing real estate since I was 16 and a half years old. So that's something that I love to do, and I'm gonna leave this earth doing that.
Yeah.
No matter, I don't care how old I get. That's what I'm gonna do because I've been doing this. I love that, and I love serving people. So those two things right there, I'm living in heaven.
Yeah,
my life is in heaven right now.
I really like
That's it. So it's like there's nothing better.
I'm not an inexpensive person.
Right.
It doesn't take much for me.
It don't take much. That's right.
But I like you said, I like what I do. It's, like you said, it's not work.
It's not work. That's not work.
And I can get other people to go out and film stuff for me if I want to. I just like it.
Exactly. It gets you in a lot of places. And I mean, and a lot of those
pay. You know what? When it comes to concerts, I can't remember the last time I paid you.
Right, and you shouldn't because that comes with the job.
But even when I wasn't doing the job, I can't. The people used to know me or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And I just because I want people to tell me, say everybody know you.
Right.
Yeah, but I know them, but they don't always.
Right, they don't come with that money.
Yeah. Because I know I can use on my Facebook page. I have pictures with Dick Durbin, Jasmine Crockett, all those people, the governor, all of them.
Right. Yeah,
I met with Obama, not when he was president.
But it wasn't right when he came down for senator.
Yeah, senator.
Yeah, right.
But not when he was president.
Right.
I've been with Farrakhan. He told me something about my TT. Like
Okay.
Tell you on camera.
Okay.
But I think we better wrap it up, man.
Well, you know, I
get because usually I talk this long when I'm by myself.
Well, I can when there's dialogue going back and forth. I don't mind. Talking about by yourself, you want to get done quick.
Yeah, because I think some people got mad at me. I would even call anti-Semitic and all that. I would talk about people doing. Right. You don't have to hate the people about what they're doing.
Right.
You mistreat the Hebrew Israelites, the Ethiopian Jews over there, treat them really bad over there. But no one call them anti-black.
Right.
You can mention the people that hate because they hate the Muslims, but the Muslims are Semites also. They're Semitic. And so you don't have to hate someone because you call out what they're doing.
Right.
But people, because black people, everybody calls somebody else. It's not even true.
Right.
We don't cry like that. But I better stop before I get more trouble.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Speak the word. Get it on out.
See, and that's why I'm not anti anyone. I'm anti what they do.
Okay.
And And see, I had mentioned that they only seen people only seen the thing that black people could be that Jewish.
Right.
Because I tell you how Mel Gibson he used to even when I was in Hollywood, I didn't see him, but I was there at the time. Because I used to work in Hollywood, and he would go around Hollywood asking Jews, how they gas Jews in the oven in Germany. He would ask the Jews, "Are you an oven dodger?"
Oh.
Which was a dirty thing to do.
Right.
And he said he made the movie Passion of the Christ to show how Jews killed Jesus.
Okay.
And then he had a video of him, a Jewish policeman stopped him. He said, "Oh, I see you just an effing Jew. You know, Jews are responsible for all the modern wars. Just a cursing about Jews. The Anti-Defamation League. So we know Mel didn't mean it."
Okay.
Reverend Jim Jeffries.
Right.
He always talking about how all Jews are going to hell. He gave the opening prayer at the new embassy when they opened it.
Really?
And this rabbi who called, say all Africans are animals, he go to cave the closing prayer. The only black people feet are held to the fire. Whoopi Goldberg said that Hitler didn't kill the Jews because they're white, he killed them because they're Jews, which is correct. Because he was white too. And he had to beg for forgiveness. To me, I wouldn't beg for nothing. Because Dave Chappelle, he stood his ground. He and beg for forgiveness. You have to let them know, look, you have to stop thinking everybody against you because they say something about you. And people don't know black people. We can talk about you but not hate you.
Right.
We can say black power, but that don't mean we hate you.
Right, that's right.
But see, they don't understand that.
That's right.
And I told a white guy, I said, look, why come people get angry when we say white power? I showed you the difference. They have Cinco de Mayo, Latino event, black people, everybody there. I've been to events in Little Korea, Little Seoul out in LA, in Chinatown. They have events. I went, black people there. You go to anybody event. You come to black people event. Anyone can come. I said, look, when you go to white events, they're walking around with rifles, passing out hate literature. Can't nobody come to white people. And we know how to be for ourselves and being anti-someone.
Right, exactly.
And that's what you have to understand. And it seems like the other people, they allowed other people in, especially black people. When we say black power, we mean to empower ourselves. But we're not diminishing anyone else. And we shouldn't even have to explain
that. That's right.
Because they need to explain themselves to us. Because we haven't done anything as a people.
As a people, right.
As a people, we're some of the most nicest and compassionate. We help other people get their rights. Individuals, we can do some stuff. But you know what, even with that, Courtney, the FBI report, they put one out every 5 years. It should be out this year. I'm going to find it. Maybe next year. It says that, crime in East St. Louis is down very much.
Right.
And
thanks to our Chief Perry.
Oh, yeah, Perry.
I love Perry.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it says that 90% of the crime among black people are committed by less than 2% of the same repeat offenders.
Really?
Between the ages of 14 and 22. Other than that, you know, black people with jobs don't commit serious crime.
Right. Yeah.
But other demographics, they commit crime at all ages. Look at January 6th.
Oh yeah.
You can see Councilman Hoffman at the Capitol trying to. They had state legislators. Most of them was old people. Their children was turning them in. One woman put up her mother said her mother was all bloody. Put a picture up on social media said, and she told me not to go to a Black Lives Matter rally because it might get violent. one woman flew in on her private jet. What black woman you know with a private jet would go out there for some mess like that? Policeman. firemen. Some of them were our equivalent when we
uh,
done nothing like that. But then also black people live congested.
okay,
We live in like 26 urban
okay.
cities in this country. Even in a state like Texas, has the most blackest population.
Mm-hmm.
Well, amount. I
Okay,
think Mississippi is the most blackest, but Texas has the largest amount of black people
okay.
than any other state. Even there, in most in the metro. When you leave the metropolitan area, you don't hardly find
Oh
black
no,
people.
no, it's completely rural.
You drive to Chicago.
Uh-huh.
You might even see some black folks in Springfield.
Yeah.
Maybe say you get out of Bloomington.
Yeah, not many places.
Man, if you don't stop, you're not gonna see them.
Right, you're gonna see
And
good
you
corn,
gonna see
fields and cows. You're gonna see more cows than people.
And see, by us being congested, let's say 20 white people kill somebody in Illinois, and 5 black people kill somebody in Chicago. You're gonna hear about that 5 in Chicago because it's congested.
Right. Okay.
You're gonna hear about theirs. When and see we like many of them say in Missouri, grandstand, we want to start our own white town. You already got them.
Both majority of Missouri is rural,
The majority
and the rural is white.
But the majority of white people in this nation live in all white towns around white people. Right. You ain't got to start one, just go move.
Well, you know, I've heard, and it's only logical that the people who kill people are people who look like them. So blacks kill blacks, whites kill whites, and there's more whites than blacks. So black is more black murders than probably more. I mean, more white murders than there are black murders.
And they're trying to say just like go by the percentage. But think about when you put people congested like we are, and many in poverty, of course you're gonna have more crime. And by them being spread out, they cut up in their neighborhood. I live around, man. They got to call the police out there every day.
Oh man.
You know, I seen LA. You live around all
that. Yeah, that's right.
I'm kind of glad they didn't decide not to come here, so I ain't gonna be running up here. I don't know reason to come here. They did us a favor.
Oh man.
But I used to say on social media, maybe we need to get some of the immigrants to come over to boost up our population. I'm kind of glad I was wrong.
No, they actually was talking about that at one point. Like I can't remember what recent storm or event that happened where they wanted to bus some immigrants to the city of East St. Louis and downtown to increase the population. So it was fairly recent. I want to believe it was this year or late last year that this topic came up. But it just never went far. Never went anywhere.
But you know, they would know who to get. They know we're not immigrants. You know, they know who to get. But I don't like what's happening to the people, but nothing we can do about it.
Right.
Yeah,
nothing we can do. Nothing we can do.
Because everything that they've been eliminating has been about us. You know, and people thought that by eliminating affirmative action, DEI, that would cause us job, but it was causing white women job. We didn't benefit much from that. Because I often told many people want to dispute my numbers. If you take the 17% set aside, you got people of color, black people, white women, all of them lumped together.
That's right. So there ain't that many blacks getting that.
Not less than 1%.
Right.
And who's left with 83%? Who's not a minority with 83%? And then they want to come get some of that 17% with their daughters.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why I say, Lyndon Johnson say, if you put a black face on, you can pick your pocket. He's walking away with that 83%. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Looking, you know.
That's right.
But like, we've never been really anti anybody. We just been pro self and want people that treat us right. Now that we're asking, we want to be left alone. They don't want to leave us alone. We tried to start our black town, they wouldn't let us. And so now they won't leave us alone. But we're not putting anyone's mistreatment. It's just nothing we can do about it. rights now, even though they didn't help us.
Right.
We still not. Don't want to see them mistreated.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
we just can't do
Absolutely.
it. They're taking people who are citizens, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
And those immigrants, when I think about, we could have brought them in. They know who to come after and who not to. But
Well,
I
what
do.
was it said? Like, voting to have consequences,
Oh, yeah.
and not voting to have consequences too. But there's consequences on the choices you make. So,
Yeah.
and what we get now come from voting.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
we
you
got
know
what we
what?
got.
And we tried to tell them, and a lot
So,
of them, that's the way it is.
and he made it clear the entire time how he was. The
Yeah.
entire time. So then we have it. But no, I ain't tricked.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I can tell you all of this up front, and then you got to go with this instead of a female that one of us.
And I think
And then they would have been, yeah. So that's what we got. That's
and
what
you
we
know
got.
what? He tricked us. They had a song that's I will vote for Donald Trump. That was the Cubans did that.
Now look at
Now
him.
they've been deported. The ones who made the song.
Yeah,
And see what happened. What happened? You know what they said? They said the immigrants. He was some of the thugs and the gangsters. They thought we were immigrants and that we were going to be deported. Even the Africans said that. But see, how could we be immigrants when this wasn't even a nation? When we came, what nation did we immigrate to? Yeah, but then now they're not even calling us African Americans anymore. They're calling us FBAs, Foundational Black Americans.
This is my first time hearing that.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that.
Really?
Now. They say we was in the foundation of the nation.
Okay.
We helped build the nation.
Where did that come from?
I don't know where it came from. I heard a lot of people saying
Okay.
that Foundation of Black Americans
Okay.
because see a lot of the Africans, some of the if we get reparations, they want it too. You sold us, you think you gonna get our money?
Dang.
Yeah, but so that's why they even took the African part out because we've been so far. It's just like to say this. When some Jamaicans would say, "You all don't have a country." I told them, "Yes, we do. It's called the United States of America."
Right.
Because for us to come in just like the white people did, build this country, you don't go to them and say they don't have a country. So why would you come to us? And
that make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense.
And so that's why um, when those who ridicule us, I let them know, well, we're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. They want to fight. But we need to build this. Yeah, and because you know, no one wants to raise war.
No one.
They
You're
talk
right. That's right.
because
No one does.
and they're afraid to. We're untested in battle. They done tried everything with us except battle with.
Right. Right.
And these from 1920 stuff, these folks not gonna take that. But what happened is that even when they tried to start a race, well, who they go kill? Another white person. I mean, well, we gonna go to war with that? And so we don't want more. We want to live in peace with everyone.
Peace with everybody.
We always have. That's how
right.
we always living in peace. And that's why I say with the Latinos, I told one guy, we can't get in there with you because we're not gonna get out there with you and you firebombing police cars and all that stuff. They're gonna come after us first.
Right.
We can't be out there with you. You say you don't want to go back to Mexico or Cuba, you run and flying their flag. You don't want to go back there with you flying their flag. We don't do that.
Right.
Everyone has flown another nation's flag except for us. Even the Confederate flag, they fly that's another nation's flag. That was defeated in battle. They cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of U.S. citizens. The Jews fly the Israeli flag. Everyone has flown another flag, nation's flag over this territory except for us. We've never burned no American flag.
Right.
I've seen white people burn it. I've never seen a black people burn an American flag. So we've been loyal to this nation, very loyal. But I just hope it just have been as loyal to us as we had to it. And we haven't done anything to desecrate this nation. Nothing. Now, One I think I talked about on my show, we desecrating ourselves going on these cruise ships, cutting up. You heard about
I
that?
heard about that.
And we got to cut that kind of
Yeah, I
stuff
heard
out.
that. And I
We
love
can't,
going on cruises.
we can't go to other people's stuff and have our way. They have a certain mood atmosphere they have on those ships.
Right.
And look, y'all, don't y'all mess up Frontier Airlines. I plan on doing some flying. I want to go on the cheapest airline. I don't want to be watching no fights. We're messing up our image. Nobody else doing that. We're doing that.
And you know, like speaking of flights, one of my favorite things in the whole world is seeing a plane take off. I enjoy nothing more than seeing a plane take off. But being in a plane, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Even now, the turbulence is getting so bad that it makes you don't even want to get on the plane no more.
Maybe it's the climate change.
I think it has to be because it's worse. It's getting worse and worse. One of the last flights I've been on, the plane, it had a lot of turbulence, but the plane almost did like that much of a turn, and I just could have died right there on the spot. That's the worst. I mean, ain't no coming back from that.
That would be pretty rough with me.
Yeah, like I don't mind driving. I can drive 20 hours non-stop.
I've driven from back and forth to California mostly by myself.
Yeah.
I come back quicker, make it back quicker when I'm by myself.
By yourself, yeah.
And when somebody stop there, take it long. It takes a week to get back.
Right.
One time I did it in almost 20 hours. When I did, I pulled a rest stop, got me about 4 hours sleep.
4 hours sleep and got back on.
Got back on that wheel.
Yeah.
I can do that, but I wouldn't do it now.
I do that too. I do that all the time.
I barely want to drive Chicago. Right. Now I got to do that.
Oh shoot, Chicago for me is like going over the downtown.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's nothing.
All right.
I drive for some reason. I don't.
Right. That is designed for
I
it.
do it,
Right.
Because matter of fact, I got to do it Saturday.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I got family reunion to go to.
Yeah.
But I'd rather somebody else drive. But then sometimes I feel like I may drive to California now. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I used to be behind that wheel, ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I do now. I say over the last week or so, week and a half, I did maybe my RV have 6,000 miles on it, and I got it, and it had 1,000. So I did 5,000 miles in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. RV.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I
thought I saw.
Yeah, I got two. I have to.
Yeah. I had one years ago. Man, 2005 was an old one. Now I bought it. Now I've been meaning to get another one.
Oh man, they are.
I had the cab.
Yeah.
See, I was staying at a place in St. Louis that had where the park and they kept breaking into. I just sold it. From the trash.
Yeah.
I was trying to get another one, and I will.
Yeah.
I will. It's just I don't seem to be able to retire because I like what I do.
Yeah.
I don't have to retire. You still get one.
Yeah, of course.
What I always wanted to do, drive down to Argentina and make that
loop back. Yeah. But it's everyone should experience that. It's fun being able. That whole experience is fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun, and I think that people should also experience a cruise.
Yeah.
In their lifetime.
Yeah. Now, like my nieces, my sister, when they took my sister down there for her birthday, I have a niece she's married to a husband from St. Lucia. They go down there to the corner every year.
Oh, yeah.
They just got back about a week ago.
Oh man.
And they my niece, she puts it up on Facebook. Her name Madam B28.
Okay.
And she got all the corner up there. They dress up. And
Oh yeah. We go every year. It's just like this year. It's like the first time. We go to St. Lucia on the carnival.
Oh yeah.
Either do the carnival or
next year.
Yeah, MSC, or we do Margaritaville cruise line. It's the absolute worst cruise line that I ever been on.
Oh
And
yeah.
I've been on them all. And that Margaritaville is the absolute worst.
So we
Absolute
don't try
worst.
one in Carnival, make it like Margaritaville.
The Carnival is the most family friendly cruise line.
Yeah, 'cause they say they
Yeah.
letting them little kids
Yeah,
run over
they,
the
yeah,
boat
they do
all
that.
night long. You have to put a curfew.
Yeah, yeah, curfew, and they don't care. And yeah, and then you got MSC people like that. MSC Royal is kind of like the bougier
Yeah.
line cruise line, and we call it Major and all that kind of stuff. My sister love that place.
Oh
She
yeah.
love it, but no, I stick with the Carnival. That's where a lot of hood people be.
Yeah.
And they have like drink all night long and party all night long, and like
They say they did get to bring their Bluetooth speaker in their
oh
phone.
yeah.
Out in the hallway, putting boots on the ground and popping
And
things.
it's
They all loud the fan popping on there.
and it's 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 amazing technology because when you're on the ocean, that's what made me think about other things. When you're on the ocean, it is completely black, complete, no light, no nothing. You can't see anything. And just imagine, like, take that and then apply it to the inside of the ocean, the water, the fish, and the sharks. How can they see? How can they see to eat like that? Like it's so black.
You think maybe they got some sensory?
I don't know. I have to. I just thought about that. I'm like, how can they see?
You know, they say most sharks are almost blind.
Really?
They see good. Say,
So I got to do the sounds and
when they attack, I don't know how they do it, but they say when they attack humans, they really don't like humans. It's usually by mistake.
By mistake. But I'm telling
They
you,
spit them out.
I don't see how they can see when it's pitch black. Like the ocean is pitch black.
And then they got
Yeah, outside of daylight, it's like, pitch black. At night, it's pitch black.
You know, like some pigeons that the home and device made in them.
Right.
But see, like, check out. I was there, you know, at the burial they let those pigeons go.
Pigeons go right.
I was talking to a lady they do. I said, "Well, you all have to buy a lot of pigeons, don't you?" She said, "No, we don't." She said, "We have a headquarters in St. Peter's. They're gonna show back up there."
Oh, really?
And she said they don't have to buy more pigeons. She said they're homing pigeons. No, not pigeons, the doves. See those doves. Yeah, I'm thinking ghetto talking about bringing pigeons to them. But those doves fly back home. She said they have a headquarters in St. Peter's and they fly back there. She said if you took them out to California, if they live long enough, eventually they're gonna end back up in St. Peter's.
Ain't that something?
Then we don't have to buy more birds. I'm thinking they have to buy pigeons.
Right.
They fly away, they gotta buy some more. She said no, they come back home.
Ain't that amazing?
That's amazing because I'm thinking maybe these other creatures, you know,
right.
they go by instinct more than we go by thinking. They go by they go by instinct. But I'm glad we can think. And we think instinctive on some things, not all the things. But the devil put us above. We have the instinct and separate thought, you know, independent thought.
Right.
Now I think that's the way God made us, where we can have our own independent thoughts.
Exactly.
Then there's some things we do instinctively though, even if we don't realize. Like we better get on.
Go ahead. Go ahead and end it all up.
Yeah. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I had a great time here recording the album, and this is another program I have because the Metro East because I wanted to have a different program where we can do things. I'm using the wrong camera. So we can do things, you know, more in the area. Because mic. We're going to have to get off now.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So we'll see you next time from Courtney Hoffman and
Thank you
myself.
all.
Thanks a lot.